I'm Mike M with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Week 2 wrapped up with an amazing ending in Philadelphia, where the Falcons put together a fourth-quarter comeback to take out the Eagles 22-21. Kirk Cousins threw for 241 yards and 2 touchdowns as Atlanta earned their first victory of the season. Significant news coming out of Carolina. The Panthers benching Bryce Young after the second-year quarterback has continued to struggle. Head coach Dave Canales told reporters that he made the decision to bench Young and that the team is going to roll with Andy Dalton in week number 3 against the Raiders. On the injury front, Kyle Shanahan has announced that Deebo Samuel will miss at least 2 weeks after suffering a calf strain against the Vikings. While over in the AFC, the Chiefs are going to be without their star running back Isaiah Pacheco for at least the next month. He fractured his fibula against the Bengals. He's going to have surgery this week. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Buying or selling a home is a big deal, literally. It's one of the largest financial transactions you're likely to make. So work with someone who will work with your best interests in mind. Someone who agrees to operate with transparency, honesty, and fairness every step of the way. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and are bound by a strict code of ethics that requires they put your interests above their own. Because that's who we are. Make sure your agent is a Realtor.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh, that's it. That's my cue. Okay, I'm sorry. It's Tuesday, and that explains everything. September 17th, 2024. I'm Carroll. In the newsroom, it's Jared. Good morning, Jared.
Good morning, Carroll.
I notice you have a sweater on.
I need one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a little chilly out there by all accounts.
Yeah, well, 61 is not chilly, okay?
I know. It was a bit of a surprise, though, when I walked out this morning. I was like, ooh, a little colder than I expected.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's
not hot.
Yeah, well, it'll warm up just a bit as we head into the weekend, and that's okay.
Hey, as long as it stays nice like this in the mornings and the afternoons,
yes,
we're good.
Yeah, I have no problems. In the mornings and the evenings, the patio door is opening, and we are enjoying the mockingbirds in the backyard. Well, let's see. What's new in the world? In New York City, warning labels are coming to restaurants in New York City. They have a new law, the Sweet Truth Act. It requires restaurants to warn customers of menu items that contain at least 50 grams of added sugar. You know, I know people that are going to use that as a guideline. I know others that will accept it as a challenge.
Yeah, I think you have to try to get 50 grams of added sugar in a serving of something.
Yeah, that's a bunch.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, and looking back in history, on this date in 2013, I know you remember it well. Yono Oko released an album called Take Me to the Land of Hell. And I understand that could also be the unofficial title of all her previous albums and, of course, anything else that she's got in the works, right?
Oh, yeah, classic. Yoko Ono, have you ever seen the video of her with, I think it's Chuck Berry and John Lennon, right?
Yeah, I think so, yes.
Yeah. And, she's just screaming.
Yes. Well, then that's what some people do. Okay, how about some birthdays?
Birthday time.
Okay. Lamont McLemore of the Fifth Dimension is 89. Singer Fee Waybill, he's with the Tubes, 76. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, is 73. Comedian Rita Rudner, 71. Kevin Clash, he was formerly Elmo on Sesame Street. Oh, no, he's 64. Let's see. Director Baz Luhrmann, 62. Singer B.B. Winans, 62. Actor Kyle Chandler, 59. Actor Malik Yoba, 57. Actor Matthew Settle, 55. Actor Bobby Lee, 53. Actor Billy Miller is 45. Actor Danielle Brooks, 35. Actor Denise Tontz is 30. Okay. And local birthdays coming up.
Primetime NFL football is on AM 1230.
Here we go. Going for it all.
We have the Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday night feature games on AM 1230. No fees, just football. NFL primetime games on AM 1230 are brought to you by
Central RV and Southwest Postal Service.
We have happy birthday wishes for Maribel Moreno, Amanda Edney, Leonard Griffin, Carolyn Stinson, Dan Pavo, Brendan Jensen, Miguel Mendoza, Sally Derma, Lydian Pozos, Gaynell Irving, Victoria Escalante, Eric Dolante, Jennifer Castellanos, Vicky McLeese, Tess McCann, Laura Arteaga, RJ Torres, Brandon Sanders, Chuck Noden, Frida Ricks, Juan Cruz, Melanie Mannix, Sylvia Ramirez, Terry Ledesma, and Johnny Moreno. Happy birthday from KXO. Okay, we talked. It was nice and cool this morning, and, our July and August typically hot. But are you ready for this? A weather station in southern Iran has reported a staggering heat index of 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Woo. Now, if it is verified, this would mark the highest heat index ever recorded on Earth. Yeah, and I understand it's also so hot they changed their name from Iran to I Walked. Yeah, that's hot. Our highest heat index values this year, I think, hit about 118, 120. So, 180 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, you could bake cookies outside. You wouldn't have to put it in anything. You just put the cookies right out on the asphalt.
Just put them on a rock, right?
Yeah, put them on a rock.
Yeah.
Sure, you could cook meat on a rock, I'm thinking. There, yeah.
Yeah, the squirrels don't run across the roadway because they're fried before they get across.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, well, which makes it easier for those that like roadkill for, their lunch.
Extra crispy.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, we've got news and other good stuff, and we're going to jump in with a look at world and California news, all brought to you this morning by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District, delivering real-time updates about the air that you breathe.
CBS News special report. Music mogul Sean Combs has been indicted on federal sex trafficking and racketeering charges. Correspondent Jerika Duncan from U.S. District Court in New York.
The opening line in this indictment says for decades, Sean Combs abused, threatened, coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
He's accused of inducing female victims and male sex workers into drugged up, sometimes days-long sexual performances. Celebrity attorney Chris Melcher.
It's not just a collection of state crimes that he's being charged with. This is a federal criminal enterprise.
Combs is expected to be arraigned today.
He's got the full weight of the federal government down on him, and they were patient. They took their time after the raids. So this is going to be extremely difficult for him to defend himself against.
So far, no sign of Combs at the courthouse. Fans outside playing his music. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
The Imperial County Air Pollution Control District delivers real-time information about the quality of the air you breathe. Visit the website at apcd.imperialcounty.org to stay informed about air quality around the valley. The website also includes information for upcoming meetings, programs, and there's access to the dust cams set up around the valley. Visit apcd.imperialcounty.org today.
California headline news: improving weather conditions helping fire crews continue to make progress on those 3 big Southern California wildfires. The line fire in San Bernardino County now 50% contained. Evacuation orders lifted, but Deputy Chief John Walker with the Sheriff's Office says returning residents need to be prepared to leave again.
And even though it looks like we're potentially out of the woods, it can come back very quickly. If another warning comes out or another evacuation order comes out, we really ask the community to grab their things and get down off the hill.
Preliminary damage assessments indicating only 3 structures damaged. Continued aftershocks following last week's earthquake near Malibu. Caltech seismologist Dr. Lucy Jones says the increase in seismic activity isn't necessarily unusual.
There's always some chance of an earthquake. The last 25 years has been particularly quiet compared to the period before that. So feeling more earthquakes right now, this is more of a long-term pattern.
Gas prices in the state at $4.78 a gallon, up 5 cents from last week. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. Log on to imperialvalleyair.org for real-time information about the air that you breathe.
I found out that one of my players was vaping. I brought him in and asked him, where did this stuff come from? He said, it's bigger than you think, Coach. He had told me that almost everybody in my team was vaping. The next day, all the parents came in, and I said, hey, you as parents need to do your part. You guys need to figure out how, why, and when this stuff is happening, and we got to get it fixed.
Coach Sanchez and his team took vaping head-on. Learn how he and other Californians are beating big tobacco at undo.org.
Is this house a good price compared to others in the area? Are prices going up or down? If I don't make an offer right this very moment, will I miss my chance? These are just some of the questions a home buyer might ask. And these are the sorts of questions an agent who is a realtor can help answer. Because realtors have the expertise, data, and access to specialty training to help you navigate the process of buying a home. They provide support, guidance, and have your back every step of the way. That's what realtors do, because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
And it's page 1 of the local news. Page 1 is a service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations to serve you at El Centro Motors in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall. And they have mobile service vans that come to you wherever you are in the valley.
KXO News. BUHS student stabbed. A Brawley Union High School student was stabbed during an altercation. Here is George Gale.
The school resource officer on the campus responded to the altercation between the 3 students shortly before 11 a.m. on Monday. By the time the officer arrived, the fight was over, but it was discovered one of the participants had been stabbed. The victim received medical treatment at the scene and was then transported to the hospital for further treatment. The other 2 participants were identified and taken into custody. Brawley police say their investigation leads them to believe this was an isolated incident. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And we have a quick traffic advisory. Alamo Road is closed from the 115 to Meadowland Road. Looks like there are poles, wires down, and a tree down. So keep clear. 115 Meadowland Road, that is on Alamo Road. And art at the fairgrounds, a Far South Border North artists and cultural practitioners and having a community event. It is a job creation and infrastructure development opportunity to increase how artists and cultural practitioners engage in public work, and highlights the importance of intersectionality in tackling pressing regional challenges. The program launched in 2023 and will conclude this weekend. The program funded 15 Imperial County artists and 4 Imperial County organizations for them to produce works to benefit the community. Those campaigns and works will be on display at the final show of the program for the Imperial County public to see. It will be at the Casa de Mañana building at the Ivy Expo on Friday, September 20th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. with the gallery opening a cocktail party. Saturday it will be open from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. and on Sunday from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. KXO Local News Time, 7:42.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers have the best price on name brand tires guaranteed. Now we're talking Michelin, Pirelli, Dunlop, Bridgestone, Continental, and more. See a Quick Lane service advisor and get the best price guaranteed. Remember, Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and they're conveniently located in the Brawley Auto Center, at the Imperial Valley Mall, at Old Central Motors, and their new mobile service van comes to you with no added charge.
A woman was saved at the San Luis port. Here's George Gale with details.
Customs and Border Protection officers saw the woman go into an opioid overdose. The incident occurred last week. Woman was among 3 women in a vehicle crossing the border. Vehicle was sent to the secondary inspection area. As officers prepared to search the vehicle, they asked the women to exit the vehicle. As the 23-year-old began exiting, she passed out. CBP officers said she was exhibiting signs of possible opioid overdose. She was administered 1 dose of Narcan and almost immediately revived. She was monitored until EMS could arrive and transport her to a hospital. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
3 new CHP officers, 3 Imperial County natives graduate the CHP Academy. 2 El Centro residents and 1 Brawley native are now CHP officers. They graduated from the Academy in Sacramento. El Centro resident Diego Zavala Sanchez was assigned to the San Diego area. Anthony Orozco, a graduate of Holtville High School, was assigned to CHP's Oakland area office. Alexis Salazar, a Brawley native, was working as a correctional officer for Riverside County when she went to the CHP Academy. She was assigned to the Indio area. That's it for page 1 of local news. Page 2 and weather coming up next.
Page 1 of the local news has been a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations in the valley. And remember, at Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 57 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789. Roto-Rooter, when drains don't work, we do.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away goes troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter. Roto-Rooter, Roto-Rooter.
Local news, page 2, and the weather is brought to you by Burgers and Beer, serving the best burgers in the valley. Daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, and of course, happy hour 3 till 6 p.m. every single day.
IID Board of Directors, Imperial Irrigation District meeting. The meeting will be held today. Here is George Gale.
They will be meeting this afternoon. Meeting begins at 1 p.m. The board meets in the Conant Auditorium on Broadway in El Centro. There's only one action item on the agenda. Directors will be asked to adopt a resolution to revise board policy. Following the regular meeting, the IID directors will hold a public rate hearing. They will discuss the street lighting wireless technology attachment rate schedule. Public is welcome to attend both meetings. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Candidate forums, Brawley Chamber and CoLab to host candidate forums. The forums will be for the county supervisor and Imperial Irrigation District races. The forum for IID Director Division 4 will be held Wednesday, October 2nd at the Calexico Women's Improvement Club from 6 to 7 p.m. The forum for County Supervisor District 2 will be October 14th from 6 to 7 p.m. at the IBC Lecture Hall. Brawley Council meets. The Brawley City Council will meet today. Here is George Gale.
Among the items on the agenda are appointments and reappointments to various city boards and commissions. The council will also consider waiving street closure fees and the sale of alcoholic beverages for the Cesar Chavez celebration in March of 2025. Cattle call activities. Council will also consider waiving street closing fees for a soapbox derby in October of this year. There will also be updates on the city graffiti abatement and code enforcement programs, the main street construction project, and the water tower removal project. The meeting will be held in the Brawley City Council chambers beginning at 6 p.m. this evening. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Cattle Call 2024. Preparations for Cattle Call are underway. Cattle Call is held in November. The theme for 2024 is Rodeo Glory, American Story. The Chamber of Commerce for Greater Brawley and One World Beef present this year's event. It starts November 2nd with the chili cook-off and rib contest, and that will begin at 5 p.m. at Plaza Park. There will also be a flavor-packed showdown, plus a Dia de los Muertos celebration with live music and a Catarina contest. The Cattle Call Mega Mixer will be held November 4th. Mariachi Night will be November 6th, starting at 5 p.m. at Plaza Park. The Early Morning Chuck Wagon Breakfast fundraiser starts at 5 a.m. on November 9th at Plaza Park. Also on November 9th will be Cattle Call Parade at 9 a.m. Rodeo performances at Cattle Call Arena will be November 8th, 9th, and 10th. KXO News Time, 7:48. We'll take a look at weather.
Burgers and Beer has happy hour every day from 3 to 6. Get drink specials all day like Margarita Monday, Tonic Tuesday, Wind Down Wednesday, and Thirsty Thursday. Try one of our weekday lunch specials that include a soft drink from only $8 and up for September Happy Mexican Independence Day. Get Modelo Especial 16-ounce for $5.50 and 22-ounce for $6.50. And try our Enchiladas Suizas. Burgers and Beer with 5 locations, proudly serving you, your family, and friends since 1985. Burgers and Beer for the best burger in town.
The National Weather Service says a weather system will pass northeast of the region today. Behind this weather system, a cooler, drier air mass is settling over the region. Temperatures through the end of the work week will be seasonably mild, hovering around 5 to 10 degrees below normal. Readings should moderate closer to normal over the weekend. 94, the high in the valley yesterday, 61 our overnight low. Today will be sunny with a high near 88. Northwest wind 5 to 15 miles an hour, gusting up to 25 miles an hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 63. Light wind becoming south about 5 miles an hour after midnight. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 93. West-southwest wind about 5 miles an hour. And right now, downtown, 67 degrees, 43% relative humidity. Wind out of the north, 5 to 7, gusting up to 15 miles an hour. Air quality throughout the valley right now is good. Local news, page 2, brought to you by Burgers and Beer, the place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring the family, meet your friends at Burgers and Beer.
Football season is here. 360 Business Products and Kxo Radio are giving away 3 prizes this month. That's 3 chances to win. This month's prize packs have a value up to $50 each, featuring a Dymo label maker and Sharpie's new pen set. Enter the monthly giveaway by going to kxoradio.com. Click the 360 Business Giveaway link and enter your information. You only need to enter once. Winners will be announced at the end of the month.
How about some sports? Hey, it's sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. Major League Baseball action yesterday. The Padres continue to roll. They beat the Astros 3-1. Meanwhile, it was the Rockies nipping the Diamondbacks 3-2. White Sox over the Angels 8-4. Cardinals shut out the Pirates 4-0. And the Guardians edged the Twins 4-3. Mets nipped the Nationals 2-1 in 10 innings. Dodgers shut out the Braves 9-0. Tigers topped the Royals 7-6. Cubs clobbered the Athletics 9-2. And the Brewers beat the Phillies. That one ended up 6-2. Meanwhile, Mike Trout says, yeah, I'll talk about a position change. This after he's missed 370 games over the past 4 seasons. The Angel slugger and 3-time American League MVP said before the series opener against the White Sox yesterday that everything is on the table when he meets with the team during the offseason. That includes moving to a corner outfield spot or more games as a designated hitter.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
And last night, Monday Night Football action, the Falcons and the Eagles. The Falcons picked up the win 22-21, a 70-yard scoring drive capped by Kirk Cousins' 7-yard touchdown pass to wide receiver Drake London with just 64 seconds left in the game. And Carolina Panthers quarterback Bryce Young was benched in favor of Andy Dalton less than 24 hours after coach Dave Canales declared that the top pick of the 2023 draft would remain his starter for Sunday's game against the Raiders. Young was the first quarterback selected number 1 in the common draft era to be benched for non-injury reasons in his second season. Yeah, you really need that information. Okay, he got benched. He's not as good as what Carolina thought he was. And Air Force, the Academy has emerged as a serious target to be added to the American Athletic Conference. Air Force had been referenced in conversations as a potential AAC ad in recent months, prior to the Pac-12 taking 4 Mountain West Conference schools last week. The AAC released a statement saying the league is a pioneering brand firmly grounded in grit and hard work with powerful and prestigious member institutions. Okay. Yeah, the AAC has 14 football schools, including Army and Navy. Let's add the Air Force Academy, and, let's see if we can find the Coasties with the team. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District.
Let's talk about it, bringing community mental health issues to your radio. Listen each Sunday morning to KXO AM 1230 at 7 a.m. or on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. on FM 107.5, or log on to kxoradio.com for a podcast of the show in its entirety. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of KXO AM 1230 and FM 107.5. Let's Talk About It is presented as a public service of Imperial County Behavioral Health Services.
Well, financial news and a brief look at the weather, all brought to you this morning by Southwest Security and Southwest Postal, the only postal box service offering 24-hour-a-day, 365 days a year service. You'll find Southwest Postal at 4th and Heil in El Centro. Intel's struggling chip-making business got a boost yesterday from a high-profile client, Amazon. The announcement came after Intel said earlier in the day it would receive up to $3 billion in funding under the CHIPS and Science Act to manufacture chips for the military. Intel Foundry and Amazon Web Services will co-invest in a custom chip design for the latter, and announced a multi-year, multi-billion-dollar framework, according to a news release. Specifically, Intel Foundry will produce an AI fabric chip for AWS on Intel 18A. Intel, once the world's most dominant chip maker with a stranglehold on PCs and Macs, has struggled to keep up with the mobile computing wave and has been surpassed in market value by Qualcomm and Texas Instruments, both leaders in mobile chips. Instagram today has announced its most dramatic effort yet to protect young users from dangers on its platform, implementing new teen account settings that will automatically make millions of teen accounts private and restrict what kinds of content those users can view on the app. The change on how Instagram lets teens use its platform comes nearly 3 years after the explosive Facebook papers first drew mass attention to the risks the platform poses for young users. The new restrictions are also designed to push teens to adopt parental supervision through the app. Instagram will automatically apply the new teen account settings to all users under the age of 18, After the update, 16 and 17-year-old users will be able to manually change the app back to their preferred settings, but 13 to 15-year-old users will be required to obtain parental approval for any such changes. Big board showing green. The Dow up 132 points at 41,751. The S&P 500 up 29 at 5662. The NASDAQ up 149 points at 17,740. Gold down 960 an ounce. Oil up $1.08 a barrel.
Southwest Security has been protecting properties 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right here in Imperial and Coachella Valleys. Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been in the private security business for over 25 years and have always made it my mission to always provide my clients with the highest quality security services available. Your satisfaction is my number one priority. And don't forget Southwest Postal, the only postal center in Imperial Valley with 24/7, 365 access to your post office box. Access when you need it. Located on the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
It will be sunny today with a high near 88. Breezy with a northwest wind 5 to 15, gusting up to 25 miles an hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 63. Light wind becoming south about 5 miles an hour after midnight. Wednesday will be sunny with a high near 93. West-southwest wind about 5 miles an hour. 67 degrees with that 41% relative humidity. Wind out of the north at 5 to 7, gusting up to 15 miles an hour. Air quality is good. This financial news update brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you, your home, your business 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
We have a seat for your Friday night high school football game. Join Carroll, Buckley, and John Driffel at the 50-yard line for all the action. High school football on Kxo AM 1230 is brought to you by
Rosa's Plain Food, McNeese Mart, CET, the Center for Employment Training, Stan's Auto Body, Town Pump in Westmoreland, and Brownie's Diner in Brawley.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO, LC's local news source.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by T-Mobile.
I'm Steve Kathan. The indictment's been unsealed in the Sean Diddy Combs case, which accelerated with his arrest last night. CBS's Jerika Duncan says he's charged with sex trafficking and racketeering.
The opening line in this indictment says for decades, Sean Combs abused, threatened, coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. So those charges, racketeering, sex trafficking, transportation to engage in prostitution.
Defense attorney Chris Melcher has followed the Combs investigation.
He has cooperated. He was in New York anticipating this indictment and to surrender himself. But I would imagine that he would be released on some electronic monitoring and other basic conditions.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says the state is launching a criminal investigation of the apparent assassination attempt of former President Trump. Trump has blamed rhetoric from President Biden and Vice President Harris for fueling the two assassination attempts. He was on X last night.
There's a lot of rhetoric going on. A lot of people think that the Democrats, when they talk about threat to democracy and all of this, and it seems that both of these people were radical lefts.
Harris and Biden have condemned the incidents. Biden spoke to Trump by phone. CBS's Jolene Kent tells us some new safety measures for teens on Instagram are being rolled out after years of public pressure.
Meta says it's trying to make Instagram safer for teens by automatically putting tens of millions of users under 18 into new Instagram teen accounts over the next 60 days. The move will in part make teen users' accounts private by default.
16 and 17-year-olds can opt out without parental permission. Families of 3 of the 6 men killed when the Key Bridge collapsed last March in Baltimore have gone to court to prevent the owner of the ship that hit the structure from escaping legal liability. Matthew Wessler is an attorney with one of the families involved.
We'll be filing that claim in an effort to both alert the ship owner, the court, and the public that they have claims against the ship.
National Weather Service calls it a once-in-a-thousand-year storm, not organized enough to get a name. The system pounding places in North Carolina yesterday with 1.5 feet of rain in 12 hours. causing damaging floods. Michael McLaughlin is a business owner in Carolina Beach.
There's water inside the building. I'm trying to get the stuff that was outside that floated away.
And checking Wall Street, right now the Dow is up 152 points. The S&P is up 28. This is CBS News.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Get the savings you want on America's largest 5G network. Visit T-Mobile.com/choice5G and start saving today.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling your entire account to continue remaining bill credits. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
From the world of music, a lawsuit involving 2 stars and 2 songs.
I can buy myself flowers. Miley Cyrus is being sued for copyright infringement over Flowers, which won her her first ever Grammy for Record of the Year, a company that claims it owns a share of the copyright for Bruno Mars' 2012 song, When I Was Your Man, says Cyrus helped herself. I should have bought you flowers. Mars is not a plaintiff in the suit. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
The Kremlin has blasted Meta for deciding to ban some Russian state media networks from its platforms. Meta claims the outlets used deceptive tactics to carry out covert operations. The company, of course, owns Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram and says it will roll out that ban over the next few days. I'm Steve Kathan, CBS News.
You've got Carroll Buckley with the best oldies on the radio.
I don't like it. I love it.